to Gen Y Footy, episode 17. We have a huge announcement coming your way. But even before then, Brendan Favola is going to join us live in the studio very, very shortly. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Frankie, you're eating chicken wings.
No,
what a surprise. The prop man's brought a roast chicken in.
What are you doing that for?
Dal, welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks.
What stood out for you on the weekend?
One highlight for me, and it wasn't St Kilda, it was Carmichael Hunt kicking the winning goal after the siren. Yeah. For a second-year player in the AFL system, a fantastic effort. I know there's guys at our football club and guys that probably played for 20 years that struggle under that pressure.
You do, actually, as well.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about that later, mate. But to be able to step up and deliver like that is fantastic. And they got their first win for the year, so great work, Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, I've got a question in regards to that.
Well, mate, finish your food. Okay,
Johnny, chicken wings are good. Now, Nick, serious?
Yes.
Question with that. If we look at the vision again, Carmichael Hunt walking in, there's one player on the mark there from Richmond. Now, their season rided on that kick. What happened? What were they doing? Why wouldn't they have 10 players at least on the mark?
Yeah, I don't really know that. It's not unusual to have one guy on the mark and have everybody else around sledging them and abusing them.
What if you had a few more down at St Kilda?
But after the siren, to win the game.
Looking back, and I probably
had they given up at that point? Had they said, no, we can't?
I wouldn't say they've given up. It was a close game, and they just got a couple of goals kicked against them. And I think they were probably just hoping, or maybe expecting that Carmichael would miss it.
Well answered. Now, Frankie, you've also brought the roast chicken in, obviously, for a reason. Chris Judd, if you've been living under a rock, here's the vision here.
He could have been living under a chicken, like eggs do when they're getting when they're laying eggs at the moment.
Thank you. Your lips are very greasy. Here's the vision here of the famous chicken wing tackle. Now, it basically speaks for itself. The tribunal hearing is actually going on live as we speak right now, so he's going to get weeks. Do you reckon he's going to get weeks? You're not going to say, are you?
I'd assume he's going to get weeks because it's going straight to the match review panel. That's the only
3,
reason.
4, 5?
I'd throw out a number and say 3.
What about you, Chicken Man?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
He knew what he was doing.
He's had prize, hasn't he?
He's got prize. He's obviously, he's got that. We just said he's got the bad record. He's done these unorthodox things before. The pressure point stuff, which ironically we're getting Brendan Favola on for tonight as well.
Yeah.
He did that.
If he turns up.
He also had he's got the shoulder problem, so he knows which way his shoulder needs to go for it to sublux out of its joint. He knew what he was doing. You can see that Lee Adams' leg was clearly reacting to some pain threshold issue there.
Well, you are the chicken man.
Juddy has done some pretty unusual things, and I think he's going to be in trouble for 4 weeks.
The other thing he was saying that maybe was just retaliating from getting the handball away, but I don't think that one's going to stick in the tribunal tonight.
No, I don't know if that'll hold up as evidence, but it'll be interesting. It's obviously the first time anything like this has happened, so the AFL tribunal system will really be under the scrutiny.
Now, Dale, Frankie, snap out of the seriousness.
Sorry.
Tell us what you saw on the weekend and what you enjoyed.
Okay, your friend Ahmed Saad, one of the most unusual run-ups for a goal I've ever seen. Let's have a look at this. It goes for about 30 seconds, I reckon.
He starts at full back.
He does start at full back, and he's walking in. Luckily, he ended up kicking the goal here, Nick. But what's the go there? Has he been doing this since he turned up at the footy club?
Yeah, he has. He played for the Northern Bull Ants last year in the VFL and had the exact same approach throughout the whole pre-season, obviously getting to the club. Very unusual. Copped a little bit of grief. Still does. But as long as he keeps kicking goals, I'll let him take his full 30 seconds.
You have to be fit to do that every time he comes back.
He does.
Now, perhaps you, Nick, should follow in his footsteps, literally, because have a look at how your kicks go when you're lining up for a set shot. What's going on there off the side of the boot and on the full?
That's terrible.
Yeah, I pride myself on my skills. That wasn't a great example of that, but it actually did start straight and then just tailed off a little bit late and hit the behind post.
You told us off air that the balls are terrible in the AFL.
I'll think of any excuse I can.
Now, also, mate,
you're picking on Dale a little bit.
I was so concerned. I was almost in tears. I thought your season had ended after this incident here. Your knee got caught underneath you, Nick. You're okay at the moment, you think? So what's the go there? You're not going to miss this week, are you?
No, I'll be right to play. I did get a little bit nervous when that incident happened. I went down and thought I'm in a little bit of strife. And then,
did you think Rico, maybe?
No, I just thought I was in a bit of pain. And I thought I couldn't put much weight on it. And as I started to walk, I thought actually I can get through this. And I thought if I can just keep running, I should be okay here. And the doc obviously paid a little bit of attention and got through it. So I finished out the game and should be ready to go.
Courageous.
Someone else also paid a little bit of attention. Who's your closest mate down at the footy club, would you say?
Probably Jason Blake.
Jason Blake? Well, he wasn't around because he's not
injured.
Playing at the moment.
Yep, he's injured.
And he wasn't there because David Armitage. Have a look. Nick, are you okay? Nick, doctors, quick, come out and have a look at Nick. Nick's injured his leg. What's going on there?
I hate to break this to you. He was actually saying to me, can you get out of the centre square? We're about to have another ball up. So he wanted me out of there so he could take the centre bounce.
So he didn't care about you one bit. It's now time for Twitter Hard Hitter.
Whack.
Back again. Now, at roaring_tiger has actually written in Brendan Gale and Craig Cameron should be ashamed of themselves selling games. Second year running now, they have lost to the Gold Coast. Those two blokes have cost us September down at Tigerland. Well, if you're any good, you'll be winning games up in Cairns against the Gold Coast. Thoughts?
Yeah, a little bit harsh to blame it on two particular people that are making decisions, from a financial point of view as well for the club, which...
You can understand it. It's $500,000.
Exactly, and lots of clubs do it. I know North Melbourne have done it. We're selling games. I know Hawthorn have gone down to Tassie and basically taken over that state. So
but they're winning their games.
They are. But I mean, if Tigers had every opportunity to win that game on the weekend, so I don't think you can blame two guys for making a financial decision for the club.
Very good. You got anything to add other than just eating chicken on the set?
Chicken wings. These juddy chicken
chewing
wings.
in my ear here.
Well, I'm sorry. They're sensational. These chicken wings.
Brendan Favolo, I should say, is going to join us next.
Do you reckon
Maybe
he'll want some chicken wings?
Well, you can offer him some chicken. Hopefully, you finish it off in the ad break. Plenty more Gem Live footy still to come. Welcome back to Gem Live Footy. We're very excited because we love this bloke. Brendan Favola, thank you for coming by, mate. We've been at you for the last few weeks.
Yeah, you
Haven't
have.
we? We're annoying, aren't we? We're pests.
Yeah, you're being pests. You're clogging up my Twitter feed, so I thought for a bit of peace and quiet, I might as well come in just before you head off.
And then you'll block us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before you do that, Brendan, would you like some chicken wings, the juddy wings?
Oh, is that your gag?
Yeah. Well, you've already eaten half of it.
I've already eaten half of it, but that's a good gag.
I want to say, is everything okay between you and Nick over there? Because we thought there might have been a little bit of tension as we have a look at something that was written on Twitter.
At Dean and Frankie, you boys are too big for me now with your new mate. Hashtag, which is what all the cool people do, he's too cool for school, which must be you.
Oh, is there history there? Del.
Well, Fev might have to tweet us in and say what the issue is. I actually don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Something changed with him. I'm not quite sure what it is, but his teeth are a lot wider and there's something going on with his face, and I just was a bit intimidated by it. But
I used to look like you.
now that I've seen him, I'm like, it's blown me away a little bit, but yeah, I'm
Not
okay.
bad.
I'm okay.
Improved?
He looked good, yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
good.
Tell us,
He looks younger.
He does look
He
younger.
looks younger.
I know what you guys are
It's a
referring
cheeky,
to.
it's a cheeky little smile.
Thank you, Brendan.
Tell him the other story.
Oh, Brendan remembers it. Years ago, and the boys are stirring me up about this off air, and I spoke about it on the show a couple of weeks ago. About one day I was at a set of traffic lights and I saw a black BMW drive past with a blonde in it, and caught my eye on the way past, and then you were trailing in the car behind and then sent me a text saying, "Stop looking at my missus."
So it's not because of that.
No.
Not at all.
Mate, I'm batting well above my average, mate. Anyone can pervert it.
Now, Brendan.
She's a good-looking rooster, isn't she?
She's a good-looking girl.
Your missus is pretty good too.
Thank you. I think we said that last time.
Are you going away for a month?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, wow.
You look after her? EJ Whittengame a few weeks ago, Brendan. You dominated. You were best on ground. Did it bring back some memories and think, I want to play this again with 35,000?
It was really hard because you're playing with a lot of blokes that are really fat. Like Lance Whitner looked like he'd eaten half a McDonald's, and Nick Stevens looked like he'd eaten a small whale. And, when I've previously watched that game, you've watched it and go, oh, that bloke's trying too hard, like pull your head in.
Yeah.
I was trying not to try too hard, but because I'm still playing, I'm still relatively fit. Like I wasn't actually trying that hard; they were just really bad. So I got on the end of a few, and when I had a shot from a 10th, when I handballed it to Big Rocker, I was actually thinking in my mind, I'll actually handball this so it doesn't look like I'm trying. Because if I go back and kick it, everyone back home will be going, oh, look at this idiot trying to carry on. But it was fun, mate. There was 27,000 people there. More than most teams get to their games this year. So it was good to sit back and kick a few snags back in the dome.
More than GWS and North Melbourne put together, that crowd. So.
For the year.
Yeah, bloody
Now, Fred, you are doing wonderful things for footy at the moment. I must say, you mentioned you're looking fit. You are looking pretty bloody fit.
You've lost 15, I reckon.
What's going on?
15.
You've lost 15 kilos since I've seen you.
Didn't look like those boys, but got a bit of avocado, cooked a bit of dinner before I come here, mate. Just rushed in, but I've lost a little bit of weight, mate. Doing a little bit of training, which is good. So.
And training just for a hobby, or are we training
Just
for
training.
something?
Finals are coming up, mate. So just got to get fit for finals and start actually leaving the goal square. So
it's not because it's almost getting closer to 2013 and you're thinking
the draft's
maybe
coming
drafts
up.
coming
I'm too
around.
old, mate. I'm 31 and getting old. So
Okay.
I don't think I can get drafted, mate.
I
Can't get an
reckon you
exclusive.
can. Anyway,
I've still got it though.
you've certainly still got it. We're going to show some vision.
You know we love you, so we'll agree with everything you say.
Riding the bike. Don't lose it.
And what about this poor bloke here that you've just sling tackled with one hand? They hate it when you come near, might imagine.
Oh, it's a really big part of my game. It's been like that since I was a young kid. Is my defensive pressure, and football is all about that these days with the way they spread and they push up and the defence, and they just lock them up. They just push up outside 50. So it's been a coach. It's been a real big part of my. Wouldn't have thought so, but it's a real big part of my game. But you just got to work back, work up. It's all about attack and defence.
How many goals did you kick this year?
Heaps.
I bet you know this number.
I've kicked over 100, which is good. So had a few streakers last week.
Yeah.
No, I've kicked a few. I've played in Tassie where I kicked a few, and then I've kicked 77 or something for Yarrawonga this year, and kicked 18 for Tassie, and kicked 9 in the Legends game. So it all adds up a bit. It's about 100, a bit over 100.
You told me 108 off camera from 12 games.
I'm not quite sure. It's about that, but it's pretty good going.
We'll go to Dale because we could talk to you all day. I've
got a question. There's a lot of interest in what you are doing. Obviously, at the moment, you're popping up in the media a bit like a moth, just chasing the lights at the moment. But what are you going to do next year? That was a cheap one. What are you going to do next year?
Cool for school.
Because we've spoken about there's gridiron because you're an amazing kick, obviously. There's AFL that's still getting thrown around from here to there, and you're also doing a little bit in the media, which I think you're fantastic at. You got any ideas?
With the media, it's just a bit hard because there's no one really good at it that actually plays footy, so they just go for the old rejects that just don't play anymore. And because I've obviously had a book come out that hit #1, so
how is that going?
It's #1.
Did you write it yourself?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's called in his own words. You make it alone.
Yeah. So, it was the #1 non-fiction book in the country last week, which is. It's not bad going.
Didn't they have to print some more?
They have to do a reprint. Yeah, they usually have to do that after, a couple of months, but it was 2 weeks.
How many followers
taking the piss. Absolutely taking the piss. I'm not sure, mate. I'm doing a bit of training now, and you just got to get my body right to, have a crack in November. I'll go over to the States, catch up with Darren Bennett for a month. And he's the guru over there for the NFL, and it's a massively long road, and you just can't go over there and expect to be. I can kick the ball, but it's all about consistency now, and you've got to place it in the right spot. They want it between the 10 and the 20, or between the goal line and the 10. You just got to plonk it on the right hand side, and it's just not about kicking it up in height, which I always thought it was about. But it's not about that anymore, and that's going to be a long road. But other than that, mate, I've got the book, and you're just looking after the kids and. See what, just take every day, mate, because you don't know what's around the corner. So looking forward to next year, actually. So
yeah, back in Carlton colours. That's good.
I do need a forward.
Nick, that's Nick down there. Do you like PlayStation? Have you been playing PlayStation at all?
I've been giving it a fair bit. Of a hammering, boys. You blokes tweet me while I'm in the middle of a game, and it's quite annoying. But I give it a fair run.
What's been the top of the games list? Give us a run through.
I'm on NBA at the moment, so spending a fair bit of time at home. I got involved with the NBA playoffs, and I love my basketball anyway. But you don't when you're training and stuff, you don't usually get to watch that stuff because it starts at 10, 11 and goes for a couple of hours, so 4 or 5. So I sit on the couch and watch it all day.
Do you reckon by the end of the year you can have your own championship ring from it all?
Well, I'm actually in Game 6 at the moment, and I'm down 3-2 against the Golden State Warriors. I don't know how they made it because they're hopeless in the real thing, but.
But they don't have Brendan Favola playing for them. You created your own play.
Created my own play. I might take a photo tomorrow I'll take a photo and tweet it for you because when they do the lineup, there's like me, LeBron, D Wade. So I'm just getting amongst it. If I win the championship, I might go to Coco's and spend 176,000 on a couple of bottles of Cristal.
Yes,
just a bit LeBron style.
Well, Brent,
I don't know why we're talking about PlayStation, but
we've spoken about everything else, and I have a mild suspicion you're taking the piss out of us for the last 2 minutes.
At least we got you here.
What else do you want to talk about?
That's it, mate. That's it. It's been very interesting, Brendan.
We'll probably do a part 2.
We probably could.
I want to ask one more question just because I want everyone to ask it, but NFL contract, AFL contract, which one do you take if it's offered to you come the end of this year?
Don't know. That's a good question.
NFL.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you're taking NFL one.
Well, I can't really rule that. I can't say that.
I'll say it for you. Stop kicking me under the table.
Yeah, no, thanks, Dave.
Whatever it is,
whatever happens, mate. And I played footy for 12 years, so it was good while it happened. And I'm 31 now, and you can kick to your 40, 45. So that's still always going to be there. It's going to be hard work, but we'll see what happens. And as much as you're a long time retired from footy, so we'll keep playing as long as I can.
Well, an exclusive on Gen Y Footy, Brendan Favola will be playing AFL football in 2013. Thank you for coming in, mate. We muchly appreciate it.
Thanks, boys. Thanks, Dale. Good to see you, mate.
You too, mate.
You don't go home empty-handed. You get the vital strength, muscle mass, weight gainer. Now you'll need that if you want to.
What about the
continue
level
on
7
footy.
t-shirt?
The level 7 t-shirt, you get them as well. They're sponsors of ours.
Great brand, aren't they?
Great,
It's
brand.
sensational brand.
Great brand.
And also the Blundstones that you'll need if you do happen to go over punting as well.
I don't think I've ever wore a pair of Blundstones in my life.
But they're good. They're good shoes.
Go hiking or
The
something,
level
mate.
7
Go
t-shirts
hiking.
are great.
Go
I've got
hiking.
ADD.
No,
I can't get anything worse than going hiking.
Don't go hiking then. Plenty more Gen Y Footy still to come. Not Dale's inbox up next. Favola's run over time. Plenty more still to come. Welcome back to Gen Y Footy. Well, a big thank you to Brendan Favola for stopping by before we... Not going to go into it yet. We do have an announcement coming very shortly, but it is time for Put Your House on It.
Now, boys, just before we go to put your house
Hang
on
on,
it,
can you wait till the stinger finishes?
Go, Dale.
now, I'm very excited about this because I haven't forgotten and our followers haven't forgotten. Frank, this is what you said last week regarding your Put Your House on It.
St Kilda have to win by 4 goals or more for me to be
So
safe.
you just changed the whole criteria
Well,
of this segment.
I put some spice into it.
And I haven't forgotten because you said you would be massaging my foot if we didn't win by 4 goals. So unfortunately we did win, but by
I'll stop
13.
teaching you,
So
Frankie. Come here, mate.
I've got my left foot out. There
Move
she
to
is.
mine. Come
Oh,
on.
you got to be serious.
I'm not
Are
going
you
into
kidding?
that
Couple of-
tinea-ridden foot.
No
That's
tinea,
disgusting.
no tinea, but it's
You
definitely
been
not.
weighing your feet, Dale?
Look at those toes.
I didn't think
Now,
that I
Frank,
was going to lose that bet. I'm not.
Let's get into it, mate. Let's get into
Jeez, the
it.
show's much easier from here, but what relaxing.
I don't like
Come
it
on,
in the
go
middle.
on,
I'm not
touch
touching your feet. That's look at the size of that toe.
You saw the grab. You're the one who said to Dale, 4 goals or more.
That
So
foot
come
could be
on.
in horror movies.
Just
That's
touch
that
it.
scary.
Just touch it.
There you go.
Oh, no,
I'm not touching it.
Massage
Massage
it.
Massage.
How about my ankle? You can massage my
Go
ankles.
ID to snail. He has to...
Yeah.
I've got the flu.
Yeah.
Too.
You're not
This
sucking
is
it.
disgusting. I've never touched anyone else's foot.
Touch
before.
my foot and let's get on with the
Touch the
show.
foot.
This is a little bit crossing some sort of line, surely.
Just do it, would you? There we
Yes.
go. And you'll do that to the end of the show.
Now, what are we up to next, Dino?
This is not
what are we up
normal.
to?
This is great.
I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Are we
at all.
doing
There's not even any oil or anything.
put your house on it? Is that what we're up to?
There's too much friction here.
Yeah, we've already done that.
We've already done
Excuse
that.
my frog cough, by the way.
All right. Well, there is no Dell's in.
so disgusting.
There's no Dell's inbox this week. Fev took up a little bit too much time, but what we do have is something that I found while I was sitting at home the other day. I wasn't getting a massage. I was just sitting there watching some TV, and we all remember Dean. We all remember Dean when he was the freckle-faced shark from the
here we go.
aquarium. One of
It's
the
not a
days
fat
earlier
joke,
this
it's a
year.
bloody freckle joke.
No, I saw this commercial from H&R Block throughout the week. Here you are again, Dino, moving up in the world.
You might find that's the bingo ad. You don't regret it. That's the new bingo.
I don't know who it
It's
is,
for
but it's
H&R
bloody
Block.
hilarious.
Oh, have a look.
We're moving up in the world.
And tax time at the moment too, so make
Yep.
sure you go to see the freckle fish.
Make sure you go see Dino to get your tax done.
I might drive to the Westgate after this. Now, Frankie,
Come and see me for a massage. I'm pretty good at this.
in all
How's it
serious...
going?
Yes, I feel good.
I get to jump the club.
Yeah, you would.
Fev's just looking back after the interview, go, what the hell are they doing in there?
In all seriousness, we do have an announcement to make.
Yes, we do. Can I stop doing
Yeah,
this?
I can put this away.
Thank you. Yes,
We
the
are-
announcement.
I'll get back to my seat.
why you get your head kicked out of the shot. The announcement.
We are going to... Where are we going? London.
London!
On behalf of you, Joel.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Look at this rig.
Welcome to London.
So we're going to London on behalf of DeanandFrankie.com.
And there won't be any shows.
You're not coming because they can't afford to pay you to come with us. But no, we are going for a month, so there'll be basically no shows for next month.
We can't wait, but we will be keeping up to date with what's going on over here in the footy world, and we'll be tuning back in. We may speak to you via Skype.
Yes, look forward to it.
Otherwise, we won't see you for 4 weeks, and in the meantime, I hope to fix those feet because they're horrible.
So you've got a mate over there, mate.
I do. I have one of my best mates who I grew up with, Glenn Wharf, who's a badminton player. He left on Sunday to go to the Olympics, so He'll probably be knocked out in a day or two by some Chinese or Asian country, so he'll be out on the drink and partying for the rest of that time.
He's done no training, has he?
He's putrid, mate. He's no good.
And we're going to London, so
Exactly.
we're the lucky ones. Plenty more Gen Y footy still to come when we get back from London.
Yes.
5 episodes when we get back, I think.
Yes. We'll do little ones along the way though.
And of course, thanks to Level 7 and our sponsors. We'll see you when we return from London if we make it back.